The Chido cyclone was a powerful and devastating tropical cyclone that struck Southeast Africa in December 2024.
A cyclone is characterized by strong winds and low atmospheric pressure. It typically forms over warm oceans and can cause storms, heavy rainfall, flooding, and landfalls.
The type of cyclone that we had was a tropical cyclone. It forms over warm ocean waters where heat and moisture fuel the system.
The cyclone left me traumatized. I saw my roof fly away and rain flooded my house. For the first time, I saw my family being stressed, and that made me feel stressed and sad. After the cyclone, we had another storm called Dikeledi. We'll probably have other cyclones in the future.
After the Chido cyclone, a big part of crops and plantation was destroyed by strong winds and heavy rain. Mayotte lost a part of its agricultural infrastructure because the saltwater intrusion inside the island make land uncultivable. This phenomenon is called salinization.
The Chido cyclone destroyed all the natural habitat of animals. Over the island, the consequences of the cyclone are the operating apart of the island's trees. All the birds left except common nina. There were bats, but because of Chido, many bats disappeared. We especially noticed that the monkeys do not circulate as much as before, especially in my neighborhood.
On the economic level, due to the lack of local food, the price was increasing and a part of people cannot afford to buy these aliments.
Many people lost their roof. Above the people who live in shanty towns. 3 hours before the cyclone drama, the inhabitants who lived in the slums left to take shelter in schools. The hospital was partly destroyed. There were injured who went to the hospital and they were sent home because doctors were missing.
The government allowed people to stay in school, to shelter during the cyclone. After cyclone, some immigrants refused to leave and caused more damages, which delayed the start of school.
Bamana High School and other schools were badly damaged. 30 classrooms were destroyed here, so we have to share the classrooms. 10th grade students have classes every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. 12th grade students have classes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, as the school cannot welcome all the students at the same time.
Students go to school every 2 days, but for postgraduates who go to school every day.
The Minister of Education decided to remove the written French baccalaureate exam and replace it with a continuous assessment.
Many students left the island because of the cyclone. They went to La Réunion or France because of this. Many of our friends left even though it was not planned.
The cafeteria is not the same as before. Before we paid and could eat well and feel full. Now it is free, but they only give us cold snacks, which are sometimes almost impossible to eat.
After the cyclone, people couldn't do what they wanted, like play football, basketball, or practice fitness, because the fields were damaged. Children gathered and played together.
It was not only the fields. Tree fells on beaches or in parks or the roads. After the cyclone, we saw less children playing outside.
After the typhoon had hit the island, the situation with ferries was catastrophic. Some ferries were blown away by the strong winds and carried to distant spots. Others were damaged. As a result, there are travel problems, particularly to get to Petite-Terre, making travel difficult for residents and complicating the transport of merchandise.
Let's speak about the damages caused to cars. Many vehicles have been damaged, particularly the car. Some cars were parked next to houses, were crushed by metal sheets from the roof. They broke the windows and damaged a lot of vehicles. Some glasses are now covered with plastic film.
The police couldn't access some places because the roads were blocked by fallen trees. That's why there were a lot of fights between gangs of teenagers after the typhoon. Why do they fight? They fight to prove they are strong or to take revenge. Villagers try to hide and protect their families. The fights are terrible, so that sometimes people die or are hurt. It had a devastating impact on Mayotte, not only in terms of material destruction, but also in worsening insecurity. It destroyed homes, businesses, infrastructures, leaving many residents without shelter, food, or basic necessity. Many families lost everything overnight, were forced to sleep in the open or in overcrowded shelter. They fled in fear that the walls might collapse on them or that the cyclone could return and kill them. The hurricane was gone, but the real challenge was just beginning.
Thieves robbed in schools, houses, banks. They entered houses with big knives to steal smartphones, computers, and money. Many people suffer here because thieves. People also stole metal sheets to rebuild the sheds.
The Chido typhoon changed everything in Mayotte. After it passed, nothing was the same. Electricity was out everywhere, there was no running water, and the roads were blocked by fallen trees. Little by little, life started again. Technicians worked day and night to restore electricity and water. The disaster showed how precious these resources are and how important it is to adapt.
Water no longer flowed from the taps. Some people collected rainwater while others waited for hours at the few water distribution points. Many had to save water, using a little to wash and reusing it as much as possible. Due to these difficulties, the people of Mayotte helped each other. Neighbors shared what they had and family had to stay together to save resources. After that, kids started to play outside, far from their phone screens.
Without electricity, the nights were completely dark. Flashlights and candles became very important. It was impossible to charge phone, so news spread by word of mouth. Refrigerators stopped working. Food spoiled quickly and many people had to cook everything before it went bad. Without fans or air conditioning, the heat was unbearable, especially at night. Some people had generators, but fuel was hard to find.
During the cyclone, there were many people who died. The firemen couldn't find the corpses because they couldn't circulate in the city. Many families couldn't contact their relatives because the network was down.
Mayotte's hospital center suffered structural damage. The water problem increased health risks in a region which already has difficult living conditions. Action have been taken to restore access to drinking water.
French aid was deployed to support local teams, and health reservists were sent to reinforce medical care facilities. Despite the trauma we suffered, sooner or later, Mayotte will get better. This typhoon hurt us physically and mentally. Day and night, we lived with fear for our future. 3 months later, there are still a lot of problems.